Hello! Oh. That's how close we are to the real world. I have a literal hello! Oh. That's how close we are to the real world. I have a literal
bound to my
hello! Oh.
prison.
That's how close we are to the real world. I have a literal
bound. So
hello.
this is gonna be 2 hours
prison. That's how close we are to the real world.
Everything, little game.
I have a literal
bound. So
hello.
this is gonna be 2 hours
prison.
Obviously,
That's how close we are to the real world.
everything on.
I have a literal
So
hello.
this is gonna be 2 hours obviously,
That's how close we are to the real world.
everything on.
I have a literal
So
hello.
this is gonna be 2 hours obviously,
That's how close we are to the real world.
everything on.
I have a literal
So
By the way, no,
2 hours
I feel
That's how close we are to the real world.
everything on.
I have a literal
So
by the way, no,
2 hours
I feel
That's how close we are to the real world.
very good. You know what the way to put
I have
this.
a literal
I am broke, by the way, and I am okay with this. I feel I am 2 bottles of white wine. You know what the way to put this. And out. And let me take it out. I am okay with this. I am 2 bottles of white wine. You know what the way to put this. And out. And let me take comprehension. I am okay with this. From the farmer. Can't see me. Can't see me well. How about this? Yeah. Can't see me. Can't see me well. How about this? Yeah. Can't see me. Can't see me well. How about this? Yeah. So, low energy videos. So low energy. So low energy videos. So low energy. So that's low energy videos. So low energy. See if that works. That's low energy. Wait, I hope you're happy. So low energy. See if that works. That's low energy. Wait, I hope you're happy. So low energy. See if that works. That's wait, I hope you're happy. So low energy. That works. Wait, I hope you're happy. Alright. We need some background.
Read some background.
Oh my god!
Read some background.
Oh my god!
Read some background.
Oh my god! Really badly, I was getting freaked out, wondering if that was on my. What the hell?
Oh my god.
Raisin, welcome, but
Really
what
badly,
the
I was getting freaked
does
out.
that
wondering
mean?
If that was on my. What the?
Like, I am a little bit worried,
Oh my god.
because I
Raisin,
don't remember
welcome,
what
but
the
what bad
fuck
though?
happened the night before.
Does
That
mean
mean,
if that was on my. What the?
like, I am a little bit worried,
Oh my god.
because I
Raisin,
don't remember what
but
the
what bad
fuck
though?
happened the night before. That mean,
that was on my.
like, I am a little bit worried, because I don't remember what the fuck happened the night before. That mean, walk in the rain, in the rain, in the rain. No joke though,
Walk
like if
in the
can't
rain.
see,
In the
if,
rain.
no, something's going on.
In the rain.
Something's going wrong here. Cause I want you guys to actually see if what the fuck you were saying.
Something's going on. Something's going wrong here.
Cause I want you guys to actually see if what the fuck you were saying.
Something's going on. Something's going wrong here.
Chat box.
You guys to actually see if
Font setting. White. Okay, there's no excuse. Font shader. Nope.
Chat box. Actually see if
Font setting. No, there is literally no why this should be happening. Test. No, there is literally no why this should be happening. Test. I mean, if chat's dead, then whoop the fucking do. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that. I mean, if chat's dead, then it doesn't matter anywhere near she
Fucking
or
do.
or
I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that. I mean, if chat's dead, then
it doesn't matter anywhere near she
fucking do.
or
I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that. I mean,
but
if chat's
my real annoyance is the what the
fucking do. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that.
what the fuck? My real annoyance is the what the what the fuck? My real annoyance is the what the you see the lack thereof of test. What the hell? I don't know what
The
to
lack
give you guys.
thereof of test. What the hell?
I mean, we're 10 minutes in and it's clear
that I don't have control of my entire fucking garden. So then let us go wild. Clear that I don't have control of my entire fucking how to so then let us go wild. Clear that I don't have YouTube. My entire fucking how to so then alright. So I will say this though, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I will say this some cyberpunk acid trip going on. Dude, I wanna have whatever the fuck you are having. I know I'm drunk, but I mean, Jesus Christ, there's drunk and then there's fucking tricking the light. Fantastic. I wanna have whatever the fuck you are having. I know I'm drunk, but I mean, Jesus Christ, there's drunk and then there's fucking tricking. I mean, fantastic. I don't know why I don't know why I can't see my own, like, fucking question. I can't see, I can't see my own fucking, references there on the left. I can't see. You can't either. My own. It's not showing up. What the fuck? I can't see, I can't see my own fucking, I'm having a bad day. There on the left. I'm also drunk. You can't either. Together we shall create a beautiful tapestry. I'm having a bad day. Mostly related around the fact that my penis is large. Together we that's just all you need. Remember last night I was talking about that? It was like, wow, my penis really isn't anything to worry about. And I'm like, yeah, true. But to some people, that would literally be like a war march. Wow, my penis is average. What the fuck is wrong with you, buddy? To some people, that would literally be like a war march. Wow, my penis is average. What the fuck is wrong with you, buddy? Okay, so let's show you this footage I have seen. Ugh. No, we're not gonna watch it. Not to mention the fact that it's a copyright, so. Okay, so let's show you this footage I have seen. Ugh. Ooh! We've already established that binging Babish does not fucking give a shit, so yeah. It's just, why the fuck isn't the goddamn chat working? It makes no sense. I'm scared and afraid in equal measure. We are almost 15 minutes in. Okay. Why the fuck
The first thing I did was I picked up some chili dogs from Bob's, which Jimmy loved almost.
Working. It makes no sense. Hope you enjoyed that. I have to find where the fuck my phone is. We are almost 15 minutes in.
The first thing I did was I picked up some chili dogs from Bob's, which Jimmy loved almost.
It makes no sense. Hope you enjoyed that. There will be no conversations. There will be no discussion. It simply was always here. There will be no conversation. There will be no discussion. It simply was always here. There will be no conversation. What? Why the fuck didn't you guys tell me that? Oh no, once again, you motherfuckers have no problem telling me that I am goddamn live. For 15 minutes, I was reverbing with myself. What the hell? I do not approve of that. I do not appreciate that. And more importantly than else, that's not good. This is... No, go fuck yourself. It simply was always here. Oh my god, I sound like an early... I sound like a fucking early, Evan LeFavor sort of, experience. You want 111? I said audio echoing. The audio is echoing. You did, Bill. You did, and I didn't listen. Didn't learn. Alright. So I can see desktop isn't moving. So you're not getting any new audio. That's good.
As much as ice cream.
A consultant to President Richard Nixon's re-election campaign committee hired to
The secret is they steamed them in beer. There ain't a better hot dog in America.
office. Police say McCord and his accomplices brought electronic listening devices with them and had removed 2 CD.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week, thanks to a little help from You Suck at Cooking, we are taking a look at the beer-steamed chili dogs from The Irishman. You Suck at Cooking, whose amazing cookbook is also in stores now, will be constructing the chili portion of these
Look at that. Binging's book is bigger than You Suck at Cooking.
chili dogs, which means all I've got to do is make hot dogs and buns. How hard can that be? We're going to start with the hot dogs, for which we're going to use a technique outlined by hot dog master Ryan Farr. First, we have to weigh out 1,000 grams of cubed lean beef. I went with a nice lean sirloin roast and 150 grams of not very lean beef fat. So we're going to end up with hot dogs with a fat content of about 13%. Then we're going to lay out our cubes of beef and fat on a parchment-lined baking sheet and place in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes until just starting to turn crispy around the edges, during which time we're going to assemble our cure: 23 grams fine sea salt, 10 grams of paprika, 5 grams of garlic powder, 4 grams of ground white pepper, 4 grams of onion powder, and 1.5 grams of pink curing salt, aka Prague powder number 1. Go ahead and tiny whisk those to combine, and then we need one more kind of surprising ingredient, which is 230 grams of ice. You're definitely going to want
Like, share, and subscribe, Babish. I mean, it's not up to...
to crush your ice a lot
debate,
finer
is it?
than this, but that's why I'm here, to make the mistakes for you. Now that both our beef and fat are both nice and firm around the edges, we're going to retrieve our grinder parts from the freezer, where we've stowed them also for about 15 to 20 minutes, so as that everything stays nice and chilly throughout the grinding process to prevent smearing and general grossness. Now with the grinder running on medium speed, we're going to feed through all the beef and fat using the finest grinding plates, alternating every 3 or 4 pieces of beef with a hunk of fat, so we end up with a nice marbled, pebbly, fatty, beautiful ground beef, to which we are going to
You like your fat? Like your fat?
add our cure/spice mixture, mixing together quickly and aggressively so as to not heat up the beef too much. We need it to stay as cold as possible throughout this entire process. Once we've got everything nice and smooth and sticky and homogeneous, it's time to emulsify this into what's called a farce, which we're going to accomplish by combining both our beef and our 230 grams of ice in the bowl of a food processor. The speed of the blades and the coldness of the ice are going to emulsify the two together into a nice, smooth, pasty farce rather than a watery, meaty mess. Now, not only do I recommend that you use much more finely crushed ice, I also recommend you do this in 2 batches, as I'm pretty sure the thickness and gooiness of this farce thoroughly burnt out my food processor.
You can find him at any time. He's okay. Oh, look at this little shit by the name of Gordon Ramsay. Well, of course we're going to watch him.
Get that water boiling. 90% of this battle is all about the prep, okay? So, shrimp scampi. I'm going to start off with a shallot. I'm going to chop that. Don't go fine dice, just slice it, okay? Again, a lot quicker. So, slice it in half, okay? If you slice it too thin, it's going to burn, so just slice. Nice slices. Shallots.
This guy is unfucking believable.
My people hi from Hyoball, have a good day.
Thank you, majestic person. Loki Larry! Top of the glass. Thank you so much. Oh wow, you really did yourself up glass, to say the least. Fucking solid. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. As always, you didn't have to or didn't not. I want you to know that every dono, a penny or a pound, is not only appreciated, but also I scratch my head. I'm like, what the fuck? Because, you know, like, your money goes elsewhere, but for some reason you put it here. That's cool. That's great. Why? You know? For the record, I have a very full calendar related to Friday, where I will be heading off to Bearded Ramblings. Saturday and Sunday, where in theory I should be joining Realize TV for a stream, but whether or not I do, Monday to Wednesday, God knows, but you probably won't get a stream there either. Wednesday, well, as you know, I'm going to be heading off Wednesday, so I can enjoy the joys of Scampi. But, I mean, if you'd like to see any feedback related to the stream, I can get that shit sorted out. The only problem is that a lot of the stream has been, my YouTube career has been superseded by me wanting to get a new PC. So, yeah. Delicious. No, there's no middle ground here. Next week I will be enjoying myself completely offline, and it will be fantastic. But the week after, we're right back into it. And it's taken a long while for that PC to arrive. Not to mention the fact that I have to decide on a PC that I want. And as always, I am pointing out, what the fuck is wrong with the chat? Why the hell is it not, like, showing itself? What the fuck? Bullshit. You're fun and entertaining, and I like people in here. It's a nice drama-free zone. Yeah. We always try to aim for a drama. That's why when someone like Mr. Echo showed up, we were like, you know, like, we were kind of prepared for their bullshit, but also prepared to hit the banhammer on them really quickly.
The shallots over the onion. The shallots make it a little bit sweeter, and more importantly, it's a lot easier to digest. Slice the onions. Don't get too fancy, okay? From there.
How? How can you get more fancy with onions? Like, you just slice them. That's it. Dice them? Is dice them fancy? Okay, cool.
A little splash of olive oil. Now, water's boiling. Splash the oil in. Splash the oil
cool.
in. I actually like a little bit of heat in there, okay? So I've got some...
He likes some heat in his pan. Wow. Okay. I know that's some deep state lore right here, but the idea of, like, pans being hot is actually kind of good.
Chili flakes. I'm going to finish it with some fresh basil. Once the oil is up to temp, shallots in. Now, caramelize those shallots. Lightly season them, okay? A bit of salt and pepper. And don't worry if they don't break down immediately. By the time they're cooked, they'll start breaking down.
That's cool.
Now, from there, a little drizzle of olive oil.
Next, you get your packaging, and you open up your packaging, and then you pour the packaging into the bowl or plate of your choosing. Now, here's the scary part. Sometimes, some of the crumbs will fall out from the side. I know. Be prepared for fucking experiences and a half, but you are okay. You will do fine. You will pick those crumbs up and you will put them back on the bowl. Maybe next he can point out that when you need to take a shit, you need toilet paper. No.
Okay, get that turning in. Break down the shallots. Now, when you're cooking and you're up against it time-wise, trust me, start using techniques rather than chopping everything. So I've got this microplane that we use, obviously, to grate parmesan, lemon.
They are
nice clove of garlic, okay? And literally grate that over the
But I'm sorry, like,
the garlic disintegrates so much quicker.
Just add standard garlic in the form of grating. Like, all this shit can be downgraded.
Okay, you get right down to the wire, and look, underneath there, it's beautiful. It sort of almost purees the garlic for you. And then from there, take a little knife, and take that all in there. So, tap it, and literally get that really nice caramelization on that garlic.
Okay, so,
now, once you...
So what he's done so far is onions and garlic. Okay, cool, great. Like, that's it. Like, that would be the equivalent of me doing it. Maybe later on he adds shit in, but I don't know, I don't feel the need to... Hold on. I bet salt is next. I bet salt was next. Hey, at least the fucking background is working. What the hell? Okay, so I'm drunk and I just kind of want to watch stuff that makes me feel happy, but without a copyright. Like, I want to watch this, but I can't. I want to watch this, but I can't. Hell, I want to watch this even though I've watched it like twice, but I can't. So, let's hit the background. There we go. And let us find something together. It is the meat parade, so how about we find... For example, how do you make bacon? How to cook bacon in a perfect pan. How to make bacon the best home. Gordon's Guide. No. I'm looking for a small channel. How to make at home like pro. How to make binging with Babish. Well, actually, I say that, but the Babish one appeals to me the most.
This episode is sponsored by The Home Depot. The Home Depot has all of the top quality products and ideas to help you upgrade your outdoor space. For me, that's a new Traeger smoker.
Yeah. Come on.
Alright, so you can make bacon out of all kinds of different things, but the stuff that you're probably most familiar with is made from pork belly. Its ultra-high fat content makes it an ideal candidate for surviving the trauma of curing, smoking, and frying. Now you can...
Big shout to people who made bacon on the fly. Like, on the actual, like who made the effort themselves. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't add to the flavor, it's a good skill to have, being able to cut the meat in a particular way.
Can do a big old piece of belly like this, but cutting it into 3 pieces is not only going to let us cure it 3 different ways, it's also going to cure faster. Check out the curing calculator over at AmazingRibs.com, which can calculate the exact concentration of curing salt that you'll need as well as brine time, based on factors like your pork's weight, height, and girth.
I love this guy.
First for lunch, I'm using bacon. Deliciously seductive.
What? No, I didn't ask you to do that.
Allison out. Other than that, we're shoving all the same stuff in there. Dill, bay leaf.
No! What? How to make bacon? Binging. There! What the
height and
fuck?
girth. So as you can see, I'm meticulously weighing out and measuring all my pieces so I can safely and effectively cure them. Once you've done all your maths, we're going to place our pork in some leak-proof zip-top bags, use a very precise scale to measure out our pink curing salt, also known as Prague powder number 1, which contains sodium nitrite, something toxic to humans in large quantities, but perfectly safe when precisely measured and added to a brine. Speaking of which, as I mentioned, we're curing this bacon 3 ways. All my pieces weigh about 2 pounds and are about 1 inches thick at their thickest point. So into a small bowl, I am combining 1/2 cup of distilled water, 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, and 2.1 grams of Prague powder number 1. Once again, consult the curing calculator at AmazingRibs.com to determine your exact water to curing salt ratio. We're pouring that into our zip-top bag.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. Hold on. I need to underline my level of hunger by eating while watching someone making food.
Egg zip in its top shut and hugging it close to our breast to squeeze out any excess air as we zip it shut, ensuring that the pork is evenly exposed to the curing liquid. The curing calculator then demands that this pork cures in the fridge for 3 days. Next up, we're going to try making a bacon that I'm particularly excited about, a pastrami bacon. Same 1/2 cup of distilled water, combined with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon whole black peppercorns, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard seeds, 1 tablespoon kosher salt, 1 teaspoon whole allspice berries, 1 teaspoon whole juniper berries, 1 1/2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 tablespoon whole coriander seeds, many spirited twists of freshly ground black pepper. Give everybody a mix to combine, and of course we can't forget our curing salt, in this case 2.2 grams, 4 by 796 grams of pork, and last but not least, 2 crushed up dried bay leaves. Then same deal, this guy's been poured in the bag along with pork belly, getting all of the air lovingly squeezed out of the bag and getting mushed around a little bit to ensure even distribution. Last but not least, a bacon cured with guanciale flavors. Guanciale is traditionally made with pork jowl, but is going to make for a delicious bacon that is purpose-built for carbonara. 1/2 cup distilled water, 1 tablespoon kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon dried rosemary, 1 teaspoon dried thyme, 1 teaspoon whole allspice berries, for my 623 gram piece of pork, 1.8 grams of pink curing salt, and 1.5 tablespoons whole black peppercorns that we're going to briefly crush up.
I have to say, when I double speed Babish, that's how I understand him. He sounds so weird to me without the double speed. But I think we're
in a spice grinder. Plus, we're also going to crush in 1 large clove
skip
of fresh
ahead
garlic,
to
tiny
the
whiskey,
actual
yellow,
like.
and then to combine. And just like the rest of pouring it into the bag, squeezing out all the air. And assembly. Now, I like to put together my sandwich with the toasted side facing inward. This gives you all the crunch and flavor while preventing bread sogginess and sparing the roof of your mouth. So we're going to generously slather our homemade mayo on both sides of the sandwich, pile it high with iceberg lettuce or the artisanal lettuce of your choice. Stack
You
several
saying
slices of bacon on
sandwich
top, and finish
weird.
the whole thing off with a Lincoln Log house of bacon. The best way to ensure uniform distribution and structural integrity. Top it up, switch it down a little bit, install 2 toothpicks both for decoration and stability, slice in half on the diagonal, and of course inspect the cross section. As you can see, every bite should contain proportionally correct amounts of lettuce, homemade mayo, homemade bacon, and vine-grown tomatoes, which you might notice are extra juicy thanks in large part to the pre-salting. It's the absolute ultimate BLT, and sure, it takes a few days to make your own bacon, but it is totally worth it, and it was made possible by this week's sponsor, The Home Depot. The Home Depot has everything you need to get you out.
The shallot was classified as a separate species to the onion till the year 2010. Really? I didn't know that. Shabisky. How to grow shallots the easy way. Onions versus shallots. What's the difference? Thank you, sir.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Vickers-Davis with the Cooking Light Test Kitchen, here to answer a reader question regarding the difference between onion and shallot. Here you'll see onions come in a variety of colors: red, yellow, white. Well, shallots come in 2 colors: golden or red.
Okay.
And you'll find that a shallot is easily broken into cloves, similar to garlic, although the flavor is very different from garlic. When you're cutting into a shallot, you'll see the inside is very much like an onion, as they are in the same family. And once you're ready to chop it, you'll see it's exactly the same. The flavor is what's very different. Onion has a more...
Can I just say that her eyes are fucking huge? To say that she is high as a kite is an understatement.
more aggressive flavor. If you're using a large amount, you definitely want to choose onion, whereas shallot is going to be milder and slightly sweeter. So sauces and custards love shallots. For any other questions you may have, please contact us at cookinglight.com.
Thanks for that.
Hi, I'm Paul Collins. I'm a professional chef and have been for 25 years.
Great.
At that time, I've been lucky enough to work at Dorchester, Clifton, and Lutton Park in Bath. And more recently, I've been the executive head chef for Dalesford Organic in the Cotswolds. Professional cooks and passionate home cooks love to use shallots. They're great for purees, making a crunchy dressing, or even roasting whole with a little bit of thyme and serving as a vegetable.
Shallots are onions. Oh my god! I'm now only looking at that shit. Alright, I get it! Your fucking shallots are onions argument. Huh? Come! Peace! Like, what the fuck? I agree. You understand. Understand. Please don't hurt me.
To the person at home, they may get inspiration from modern chefs and kind of modern cookery books, but all those sauces and garnishes are based on the classical elements of that. So shallots, still have that important role to play in producing those sauces.
Believe you know the fucking thing works. Christ almighty. Okay. Great. There's an issue with the chat feed in the video. Yeah, I noticed. I noticed. It kind of implies that like the entire stream is going to be filled up with Loki saying the following words. Shallots are onions! Shallots are... We are hard. We stand for onions here, folks. If you think your onion is being underrepresented, you bring it to our camp and we'll make sure you're okay. I've been kind of the entire stream. I think my my eagerness to peak has kind of... I shall not take this. Loki, do you stand with shallots or not? I mean, that's it at the end of the day, right? Like, shallot, right? We're going to spend the rest of the evening looking at shallots, right? No, I don't need to know how they grow the easy way. Ah! What is the difference there? You stand with them. We noticed! What the fuck was up with that goddamn chat? Orbs. I need you two guys to fucking visualize this. Orbs. Onions are the basic. Now don't get me wrong. You got an onion, you ground the shit out of it before you bring it before me. But the rest of it? Stand with them, stand with them, stand with them. Loki, why are you so repetitive? Alright. So gist is the following. Shallots are the inferior onion, and that is okay. It's okay. I stand with them, I stand with them, I stand with them, I stand with them. Alright. Chat box goes off tonight. I don't know what's going on there with the chat box, but to say that it is positive would be an understatement. I kind of want to go to bed in about 10 minutes, so let's spend the rest of this time looking at something not shallot based. You guys have been awesome. You want to be more awesome? Like, share, subscribe. If you do sub, make sure that bell is hit on to the up degree. And don't forget that we have a stream goal. But we do have a meat theme tonight. So let's have a look. How are hot dogs made? I'm not watching that shit. Just because. So of course I'm watching that shit.
Hot dogs are an all.
Nope, I'm not. That's incredible.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chud's Barbecue. My name is Bradley Robinson.
More meats!
I'm going to show you how I made these. Beautiful, delicious, homemade, all beef, casing-free 4th of July hot dogs.
Solid.
Coming up, hot dogs. Everybody loves a hot dog. It's an American classic.
Everyone loves I don't know, a fucking Keemstar-esque hot dog.
Well, technically it's a
I don't trust those gloves though.
German original. But with the 4th of July right around the corner, hot dogs and burgers are going to be cooking on grills across the nation. But much like American cheese, hot dog has a pretty bad reputation for being made out of all the trimmings and pink slime and nipples and buttholes and all that stuff. So today I'm going to show you how you can make your own hot dogs at home out of real pure beef that come out tasting delicious.
Delicious. Cool. Doggo! He had a doggo! That is important to factor in. He has a dog.
Hot dogs can be made out of pretty much anything, just like any other sausage. You've got your pure beef, you got 100% pork, you've got mixtures of the two. Some cheaper hot dogs are made out of chicken and turkey and pork and everything all put together. But for this one,
I have had a hot dog that I guarantee you was made out of children's tears. It doesn't change the fact that it was delicious because it was a hot dog.
we're going to go with straight beef. And I'm not really too worried about the fat to meat ratio on this one. I'm going to try and keep it pretty lean just because it's an emulsified sausage.
This is the sort of man that would invest $300 on his knife. Because I'm not going to lie, like, he is cutting through that fat.
And if the meat is too fatty, you might break the emulsification during the cooking process and you'll end up with some uneven textures.
Barbecue expert, but I'm not buying it. Right? He'll claim he's a barbecue expert. But then one day an actual barbecue expert won't say anything. He'll just throw a fucking steak on the grill and stare at him and be like, do. Or do not. There is no try. And he'll be like, well, yeah, of course I'm gonna do that. And he strolls in like a fucking colossus. And within half an hour, he makes something. Don't get me wrong, he won't make anything that's horrific. But then the actual like barbecue master will look at him and go, of course. What's that supposed to mean, old man? It means bring me some charcoal. And then he makes this very basic version of what the other guy made, without like the sauces and like the extra layers of like flame and shit. Flame. It's way back. After he's defeated in a massive barbecue off, he's like on his hands and knees, like going like, how did you defeat me? With practice and passion. Teach me what you know. And like he goes on his hands and knees and he's like, he's kind of like a supplicant. You will train under my apprentice for no less than 5 years, and then we will fight again. And he looks up and his apprentice is like this other bearded motherfucker, but he's like got some weird ass fucking, I don't know, a fucking knife coming out the back of his neck, and he's like, you will train underneath me for 5 years. Until then. And he flings a fucking blade to his feet. Clean that. I expect it to be shiny by tomorrow. I don't know, like, I can see the logic, I can see the anime happening. It's like Food Wars, but better. Because it all involves grilling and white guys in their late 30s to early 50s. You know? He activated his IPA card. Anyway, let's get on with this motherfucker.
So it's got a pretty good meat to fat ratio, but I'm going to aim for like a 90-10 or 85 math. But just like in the pork sausage video, I'm going to cube these up and put them on cure overnight to help with salt penetration, texture, and flavor. Now, using the same techniques from the sausage tutorial, I'm going to use this scale to find the exact weight of salt and curing salt we need to make
okay,
this sausage
but meat equates to
kosher salt, some pink curing salt, because again, we're going to be cold smoking this sausage. We want to make sure that everything stays nice and safe. Then for some color and flavor, we're going to add some paprika, mustard powder,
mustard?
Onion powder, some garlic powder, and some white pepper.
Okay, so the white pepper, the garlic, and the onion are going to be lost in a sea of paprika. I'm sorry, but, like, what's the point of it?
And I'll have all the exact measurements down in the description below. And this is going to be our spices and cure for the hot dogs. Put it on the meat, pop this in the fridge overnight. Make sure you mix this up nice and well so the salt penetrates every piece of meat. We're going to let this cure overnight, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Solid. And here it comes. The moment of truth. The machine.
So I've had this meat in the freezer for the last hour or two just to make sure it's nice and cold, which is always an important part of sausage making, especially if you're outside and it's 99 degrees. As you can see, we're using the smaller grinding plate for this. That's because this is an emulsified sausage, which basically means all the meat and fat are completely emulsified together into an even consistency. I believe this is a 5mm grinding plate, as opposed to the 10mm.
How much meat did he throw in?
Burger video.
Oh my god!
Beautiful mixture, nice and
it
fatty,
is. That's a solid.
Fatty.
You could have that as just mince.
But to help the emulsion along, we are going to send it through the meat grinder again.
No!
It's starting to look like a hot dog. All right, we're going to send it through one more time, but this time with the addition of 1 pound of ice. And what that's going to do is introduce some moisture into the hot dogs, as well as keeping everything nice and cold. I mean, you can really tell a difference between the twice ground and the thrice ground already. 3 times ground. This beef is starting to look pretty cohesive, but it's also still looking a little chunky, so I think it's time to take it one step further. So the final step in completing this emulsion is sending it through the food processor. And what that's going to do is turn it in from a really finely ground sausage into a nice cohesive meat paste. And then we'll be ready to case it up. This process is
what I was looking for the whole night was meat paste. I knew someone at some point would say the word meat paste. Now I have meat paste.
Is rather tedious, but as long as you go in small batches, everything should work out just fine. And that's what it looks like once it's all mixed up. It's almost like a meat mousse. Ew. But that's what a hot dog is made out of. Same with bologna and any other emulsified sausages. So we're going to do this with the rest of the farce, and then it'll be time to case it up. Go, baby, go! Just like that, all of this hot dog is now hot dogged. Into the stuffer it goes. And I'll have a link in the description for this sausage stuffer, along with everything else I've used in this video and all my other videos.
Meat
As for casings, today I'm going with the cellulose 25mm casings. These are inedible casings, but they still allow smoke to penetrate through them and into the meat. So this is how they make sausages that you pick up at your normal grocery store that don't have casings on them, but still have that hot dog shape. But they work just like a regular casing. If you want to have the natural casing on there, you can get yourself some sheep casings, which are lots.
Meat paste. I agree, August. And cohesive beef, right? Those are the words you want to say.
Smaller than hog casing. Think about like a breakfast sausage link. Put a nice knot at the end, and then it's just like making regular sausage. Look at that wiener. Hello. So when it comes to linking these up, you can make them as big or as small as you want. Probably make a couple of foot longs, but for the average dog, I'm going to make it about 6 inches, which is average and completely acceptable. And we're just going to twist it up, move on to the next one.
Is that a penis reference?
Opposite direction.
It was
And
a
there we
penis
go.
reference,
We've got
wasn't
some
it?
wieners in a casing. Now we're going to continue with
Wiener.
the rest of them, and then we will get these onto the smoker. I wonder if there's a world record for the world's biggest hot dog. On second thought here, I think I may have gone a little overkill with the amount of hot dogs I just made. So if you're going to do this at home, maybe make a 2 or 3 pound batch, not a 10-pound batch. I think I'm just used to making everything in bulk at the food truck. But I just fired up the pit.
I love whatever the hell that is. There is so much meat that's produced there. And all of it is done with the power of Caucasianism. I'm serious. You think an Asian guy is gonna have something like this? Nah. That is pure white. And it is glorious. Embrace it. Love it. This is white culture right here. Summed up. For your convenience.
We're going to get these linked up and tossed on there to cold smoke until they are nice and plump and red.
White people don't have culture. I beg to differ.
With your links is getting a little piece of string like this and tie it, because these links want to unravel, which can make it a pain in the butt to get them on the smoker. Man, I should have titled this video, How to Take 10 Pounds of Meat in an Entire Day to Make Something That Costs 89 cents at your nearest gas station. And that's it. I'm going to let these cold smoke at no hotter than 150 degrees for the next 3 or 4 hours, or until they look nice and smoky.
The meat might cost 89 cents, but for fuck's sake, what about your grill? What about the fuel you need for the grill? What about the fucking wrapping you put it in?
5 hours now, we've kept these temperatures real low, real smoky, and these red little dinks are looking real nice. You can tell the smoke has really penetrated. It's got a really nice color to
They
it.
look
So we're gonna
good.
Pull them out and dump them in an ice water
As
bath.
far as hot dogs go,
And basically
they
what
look
this
good.
is doing is stopping the cooking process, helping kind of shock the casings. That way they peel off easier.
He
And it also
talks.
helps the hot dog maintain its shape instead of shriveling up. This is the first time that cold water has
Talks
prevented
like
especially when it comes to a wiener.
King Cobra.
Sorry. And another benefit of the water bath is it helps clean off.
Hey, guys.
Because everybody loves a clean weenie. Look at that. Nice and red. My sacrificial link that I use for probing. And these are reading right around 150 degrees. All there's left to do now is pop these out of the casings, and we got ourselves some hot dogs. And it's really
Solid.
easy to do. They come off real easily. Just peel them back. And there we go. A perfect smoked, skinless hot dog. Now to do it 100 more times. And there you have it, a beautiful, skinless hot dog that looks identical to one you'd get at the store. Nice deep red color from the smoke. But the beauty of
Identical.
that,
I don't
it's
like
made
the
with
way he
all
says
beef.
identical.
You know exactly what's in it. And it's got that...
It looks good. I won't say that. I mean, as far as hot dogs go, it looks good. How to grow a potato. Irish people are obsessed over this for a reason, so yeah. How to grow a potato from another potato. That is actually something that we were taught in school. Potatoes are so dumb that they will just start growing from scratch. Yep. Whoa! This is sponsored by Tesco's? What the fuck?
How do potatoes grow?
How do potatoes grow?
People have been growing and eating potatoes for thousands of years.
They sure have. Now tell me how Tesco's made it better.
Potatoes came from the Andes Mountains in South America.
They did.
Now, here in the UK, they are one of our favourite foods.
Also Ireland, but we don't talk about that as much.
We like to eat them boiled, mashed, baked, or roasted.
Or chips.
Potatoes don't grow from a simple seed. Instead, they grow from a seed potato that looks like this. The seed potato has small sprouts on it ready to grow.
Yep.
First, this machine.
Every motherfucking potato I've ever had is a seed potato.
Machine has to prepare the soil in the field. It mounds the soil.
For the record, growing potatoes is actually not the hardest thing in the world. It is the introduction to like serious farming. If you're gonna farm potatoes. Maybe parsnips.
Up into ridges. Next, this machine removes the stones. This is to stop the stones from squashing the potatoes into funny shapes as they grow underground. This machine plants the seed potatoes into the ridges and covers them over with soil to protect them.
Good.
The potatoes are planted in the spring so the warmth of the sun can help them grow. The planted potato begins to grow roots. Next, the new shoots reach up through the soil towards the sun, and soon there are green leaves above ground. The roots grow in the soil. This is where the potatoes will grow.
As Irish people have proven, you don't need sun to make potatoes. The soil is where you're at. You need to be sure of the soil you're working with. Beyond that, potatoes, boil them, mash them, and indeed stick them in a stew. What the fuck is up with the chat box? I have to say the following about potatoes. Ireland person talking about potatoes. There are numerous types of potatoes, and some of which fucking suck. I'm sorry, maybe they'll be good as a potato waffle or something like that, but nah. My favorite potato didn't come out of Ireland. It came out of Spain. The incredibly wizened. What's the name of it? Oh, they're just called like the Tenerife potato. Where's the background? There it is. Okay. Papa. There they are. Papa Agorus. Or something like that. It's glitching out. Well, it shouldn't be glitching out even now. There they are. They're incredibly wizened potatoes that are so salty. Oh my god, they taste amazing. I want fried potato pancakes now, dagnabbit. You mean these creatures? You wish these? I don't blame you. They look quite delicious. I've been eating a lot, but I still wouldn't say no to bite into one of these. What's that, sour cream? Mmm. Mmm. Yep, that looks like a penis. That looks like a very content male's penis. Or female, for that matter. Yeah. Yeah, that's shit that I'd be on board with. Alas, though, I can't because A, we don't have them, and B, I don't have the means to make them. Heat a griddle or non-stick pan and coat with thin film or vegetable oil. Take 2 tablespoons of potato mixture in the palm of your hand and flatten as best as you can. Place the potato mixture onto a griddle, flatten with large spatula, and fry for a few minutes until golden. Okay. That's how you make your potato pancake. Oh, that's good stuff, right? Well, those are good stuff. I'm not going to argue with that. Oh, look at this little shit by the name of Jamie Oliver. Really? Really? You're gonna fucking throw some goddamn content at my feet? You, who is famously middle of the road at best. I want people to eat the best, and then he makes like silver medal food. Okay, cool.
One of my family's new favourite dishes. It's the ultimate sausage casserole. We've got the most amazing potato dumplings that are crispy on the top.
I remember when he was like 20 years old and he was the naked chef. It was a different time. We were different people. The planes didn't strike the towers yet. Tony Blair was not terrible or great. What's wrong with taking another loan out from your bank? What's the worst that can happen?
Really gorgeous and gooey on the bottom. We've got loads of veg in there, a beautiful gravy, crispy sausages. So let's do it. I've boiled 800 grams of nice Maris Piper potatoes. I've got...
Oh, it's Channel 4, is it? Okay, never mind. I do apologize.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Adams Eats. How are we doing? Now before I jump into this video, I just want to quickly apologise.
And I look like the guy from I love the H Bomber guy mixed in with Film Brain.
The lack of a video on Monday. The short story is I've been a bit unwell, physically and emotionally.
If you're wondering why we clipped, it's because Channel 4 will fucking destroy my channel. They don't like me. I like them, but they don't like me. So, yeah.
I know. Basically, you know, just kind of real life problems have just got in the way. Usual stuff like money, stress, work, whatever your preference. Mayo.
Okay, the ultimate sausage sandwich. Let's see.
Easy to make. I've got some smoked bacon there. I've got our bratwursts, and I've got some smoked cheese as well. I'm going to leave the cheese to one side. I've also preheated my oven to about gas mark 5 or 6. Get it nice and hot, ready for the sausages to go in. Get yourself a roasting tray, and the first thing we'll do is get out our bratwursts. You can use whatever sausage you like, really. Don't have to be bratwursts. Okay, and it's as simple as we're going to take this streaky bacon, and all you're going to do is just simply wrap each of the bratwursts in the bacon.
Is that all there is? You don't want them to, for example, be rolled around in an extra flavor, or... Okay, no, that's cool.
Get a nice tight coverage, and try to make sure that the seam of the bacon is underneath, okay, because that will kind of help it all stay together. And once you've wrapped the sausage, just place it on your bacon tray, and then just do the same with the rest of the bratwursts.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. He turns them into sort of like what's a pig in a roll or something like that.
Okay, and once you've wrapped the bratwursts in the bacon, these now need to go in the oven. Now you want to roast those in the oven for about 20 minutes to half an hour-ish until the sausages are cooked all the way through and that bacon is nice and crisp.
Yeah. I've been down this road.
These have been in the oven now for about 25 minutes. I'm just going to take them out and have a look. Whoosh. Yes. They look rather nice.
They do. They look rather nice.
Turn the oven off.
I like how the bacon looks.
And then we're going to...
The sausage... that one in particular...
Top the sausages with some of this Bavarian smoked cheese.
Ooh.
Beechwood smoked, apparently. What I'm going to do is just lay 1 or 2 slices over the top of each sausage.
Okay.
Just realised I don't think I've actually got enough for 2 slices per sausage.
No,
Never
you
mind.
don't.
I did
Put
have
them
a sneaky
right in the
taste
middle.
earlier on. Shouldn't have done that. And I'm going to put these back in the oven just with the heat off so that cheese can melt in that residual heat. And whilst that cheese is melting over those bratwursts, we'll get on and I'm going to make a flavoured mayonnaise. I was going to do like a kind of dressing, but I don't know, I think this is going to work better. So I've got some store-bought mayonnaise. I'm just going to add a couple of heaped tablespoons to a bowl. Then I'm going to add some whole grain mustard, probably about a heaped teaspoon. Again, you can adjust this to your liking. And then around about a good tablespoon and a half.
Oh!
And I'll just give that a good old mix up.
No!
Give it a quick taste.
Oh.
Sweet, mustardy, and delicious.
Yes, okay, I'm okay with the
side,
sweet and the mustardy, but like, what the fuck was that?
Right, so I've got the bread. I'm using a bloomer. You can use kind of any bread you like,
any
really.
bread. The bloomer is a good choice. I even
really
know
just
the type of bloomer
normal
he's
bread
going to be
because
using. He's using a Tesco's
I'm not
bloomer.
sure how to kind of cut this into sandwich like slices. I mean, if I cut it like that, you know, there's not going to be enough surface area. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the end. And then I think what I'll do is cut that like that. Cut that in half. I'm making a right meal out of this, aren't I? No, I wanted that top bit.
You're making a right meal out of it. That's like, you're doing nothing wrong so far.
Out of that loaf. I've got a nice bag of bread bits as well. But at least we can make this sandwich. Look, just buy sensible bread, folks. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take some of that mayonnaise and just smear it over the bottom.
Okay.
I think I'm going to put some on the top as well. You can put some greenery in there if you want, some lettuce if you want a bit of crunch. Just move that to one side of it. And then the stars of the show, these awesome looking sausages. You can see that cheese is melted. Release it from the bottom of the tray. 1, 2. Get the lid on, the right way around. Give it a little bit of a press down, and there it is, the ultimate sausage sandwich. And I think it'd be rude not to cut it in half so you can see what it looks like inside. And now you can see the bacon, that cheese as well, that mayo.
Yeah, I mean, him opening it up inside is a bit redundant when it's already like ground beef or like ground pork or ground chicken or whatever the fuck that sausage is made of. Don't get me wrong. What he made there is something that if it was put in my hand right now, I wouldn't complain. But there are several flaws he did. And the key thing here is just like, well, let's start with the bread. What the fuck was going on there with the bread? It was very, it's very bland, even by my standards, and I like myself some dry bread. He didn't butter in. He didn't get mayonnaise or anything like that. He was just, he's put his mayo on top of it. Okay, cool. Great. I don't know, it's just, it seems like a tier 1 sandwich when you could have a tier 3. I don't know actually how you get to a tier 3. It would be beyond my kind, and that's okay. But that's alright too, because it means that you know that there is a tomorrow. I remember I was walking through a train station in New York, and as you go down, tons of people were advertising, and one of which came up to me and was like, hey man, you don't want those crappy sandwiches wherever the hell you're going. You want some fucking New York sandwiches. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't have any money. And I walked past them. But as I walked past them, I thought, like, what constitutes New York sandwiches? What makes a good New York sandwich? New Yorkers will say 50 different things. How much does that cost in proportion, however, to something at a Subway, right?
And it would also be very rude if I didn't have a taste, so let's cook it. Right, let's give it a taste. I'm going to go for the smaller one because otherwise I'm just going to end up with it everywhere. There we go, you can see the sausage, all that cheese as well, it's melting outside.
Nice. He's made a sandwich that's quite
really nice and juicy.
passable, I'd say.
That cheese has a really nice smoky flavour to it.
What do you guys think? The sandwich that he made, I wouldn't say no to it. I wouldn't think it would be like the highest grade sandwich of all time. What do you guys think? We're wrapping up pretty soon. I need to get some sleep. I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a while now. Plus, I also need to eat as well. But what do you guys think of his sandwiches? What do you guys think of his... Did he do burgers earlier? No, that was someone else. My bad. Point is, what do you guys think of his cooking? Because I am ready to call it a night. C tier? That's a... Where's the C come from? I mean, like, that's a hard tier. Like, what's the, where are the points taken off? I mean, you saw the same sandwich as I did. If you wish. Oh, well, if I wish, I gotta go. The answer is yes, but, Gus, where's, Where is this sea coming from? I mean, don't get me wrong, there was nothing amazing about it, but at the same time, it wasn't a bad sandwich either. So damn. As always, if you've enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check the links down below. And if you can throw us a few quid our way, we won't say no. We won't say no. You guys have been very awesome so far. I'm going to, after the stream, crawl into bed and go to sleep. It is a very traditional low energy outcome, but it is also one so I can on Friday, sorry, my bad, actively engage with you guys, and I'm looking forward to it. As for next week, well, I can't guarantee you any streams next week, but I gotta try. Possibly upgrade the bee with the proper sauce etiquette? Yes. I'm thinking so too, but then again, I'm thinking of it when it's presented to me, which would include the sauce. So maybe, yeah, maybe it is a C. It wasn't a bad sandwich. It was a sandwich. As for me, I'm very full of sandwiches right now. I am full of food and sandwiches, though I have to say, I wish I had something for breakfast in the morning. I do indeed. I've got some, like, Actimel and stuff like that, but, yeah. No, I think I'm done for the evening. I've had a good evening, but I think I'm done. I mean, the fact that I'm opening and closing my eyes constantly is a good sign. So the rest of my evening will involve things that you won't watch. Although you get little hints of it. You watched me watch videos related to cooking videos and like how's it made. You see me do that, but due to copy, I would show you guys. I would be a part of that, but copyright is not my friend. So I gotta say goodbye, which fucking sucks. But, you know, go and check these copyright channels out because they're talking about shit that will really, really learn you. Outside of the internet, I've got a bottle of this. Garland Crest, and I have a bottle of this Belgrove. I'm going to have as much of this as I want and then crawl to bed and then go to sleep and then wake up and then get on with my day. On Friday, we will be joined by Krendar, which is not a shock. Insolence, which is a nice surprise. Dirt Cobain, who is also a nice surprise. And you, if you join us. If you want to join us, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. don't forget to check the links in the description down below for things like Twitter, Discord, and our stream goal, which you can find up there on top and down below. The link for though makes the top glow. I don't know. Though you guys have been very cool as of late. With that said, I'm going to just turn the camera off, get into bed, and go to sleep. It has been a fun stream, but alcohol, as always, is my mistress, and I must listen to her. And she's like, sleep, man, sleep. And I'm like, show me some titty first. Ladies, you know how to reach me. DM, if you want to make the mistress of booze happy. I don't have titties, but this woman does. And then she whips out her boobs, and then she does, and it's great. Point is, I hope you all have a fantastic evening. I know I will. You're all amazing, and I will see you again soon.